less. At the moment, we need to reduce our packaging. That is the big driver. There are all sorts of taxes and things like that coming in at the moment, which mean that the overall tonnage of packaging is going to go down. We need to bring in reuse systems, refill systems and so on. So in general, we're going to see packaging become less. Now, there are other things going on driving that, PPWR, EPR and so on, which make it financially worthwhile to reduce the amount of packaging. I also think there's going to be much more of a focus on functional packaging rather than just packaging for aesthetics. There's lots and lots of challenges. They drop into sort of three areas, which is the data. We need packaging data for everything. They come into recyclability. How can we make all of our packaging recyclable? And then finally, the big challenge is customer. How can we explain to the customer what packaging is, why it's good for the planet, how it helps with carbon reduction and so on, and why plastic might not be as evil as they think. So this is where the industry needs to move and needs to get its act together. On one side you have people like Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall and all the media companies who are just showing plastic as evil. We need as an industry to actually educate the customers into understanding that plastic, we should reduce it, but it is not necessarily as bad as they think it is. And we've got to get a lot smarter at that. We need to get into the emotional arguments, much more glitzy. At the moment, I just see the industry giving incredibly technical arguments that just turn the customer off. I mean, if you think as an industry, we're up against pictures of turtles with cotton buds up their noses and things like that. So it's all sort of instantly emotional, this is bad. What as an industry can we do that is a quick argument? Always seeing this at the moment that, you know, somebody will make you sit through a 10-minute, half-hour presentation about how plastic is good. If you think the customer is spending, what, 2 seconds at the shelf edge seeing stuff, how can we educate them? It has to just be totally intuitive. It has to be simple. It has to grab them straight away. Long, complicated arguments about life cycle analysis just don't cut it. How can we do it? Who's going to be the face of all of this education that we need to do?